Hello and welcome to the Virgo full moon activation. We are feeling a culmination of energies that started back in December 2015, where we had the Saturn square Neptune, which will be happening again later in this year. And so this is moving us into this new era of astrology. So this Virgo full moon is kind of a turning point from the last 4 years of astrology and the next 2 years. And so we are really feeling it because Virgo is a mutable sign. And so we're going from the cardinal crosses into the mutable crosses. This is our adjustment period. We've had the breaking down period, the calcination period in alchemy of the Pluto Uranus Square. And now it's the separation period where we're separating out what we want to keep and what we want to leave behind. And the astrology is like super supportive of this right now. And so we're entering into this powerful little portal of transformation and transition into the next stage of astrology, which is the eclipse cycle that's coming up. So the next new moon in Pisces is going to start this eclipse cycle. So we're really kind of moving into that energy already because the sun is in Pisces and the moon is opposite in Virgo for this Virgo full moon. And so to make the most use of this powerful energy leading to the equinox with these eclipse cycles, and really it's going to be the next new moon after the equinox that we're really going to come out of this cycle. And so that will be in April. But so we're moving into this period of time that's kind of like moving us from the Pluto Uranus square energy into these mutable squares. And so what happened for us got started, so like this initiated this process at the end of last year. And now we're then we went into the Mercury retrograde, and now we're kind of moving into a whole new place. And the equinox has powerful astrology around it coming out of that eclipse cycle. And so we can really set the intention today to make the use of this Virgo full moon energy, this illumination, the light that's coming to us from the sign of the Virgin. And we're going to talk more about the symbology there because it's really important for what we're going through, what humanity is going through collectively and us individually in the rebirth of humanity and the rebirth of ourselves and to who we really are. And so the energy of the Virgin is super supporting that. And we're really feeling that too, because we have the North Node, which is our future karma, pretty much this whole year is in the sign of the Virgin. And so that's kind of like how are we getting to where we want to go? And so the Virgin really is birthing us into this new era, and the Virgin wants to clean up. The Virgin wants to shine the light on the truth. Ruler is Mercury, which is the messenger of the gods. So it's the information, and Virgo is an earth sign. And so it's about the information of the goddess, the information of the earth, the information of the primordial substance that creates matter. And so this is the great mother that's available to us in all of us and part of the evolutionary process. And so this adjustment period that we're in, the Virgo wants to discriminate. We're separating out what we don't want and cleaning up our act and just feeling like we're moving into a new stage. So it's like spring cleaning is a really great thing right now for this period of time. But we've also got Jupiter there in Virgo, and Jupiter is about expansion and growth, and so learning and teaching. And so we are both our expansion and our forward motion or forward karma, where we want to go, are here in the sign of the Virgin. So I think that this year, 2016, is a powerful opportunity to rebirth the goddess within your life and rebirth the goddess on the planet is what's happening, is we come back into this virgin part of ourselves. So we need to reevaluate what the word virgin means. And Rudolf Steiner talks about virgin meaning being born without any karma from before. So it's like completely resolving all energies. So you've already, and this is also what very many spiritual teachings talk about, immortality, because then you remember your incarnation. And so you remember, you take your consciousness with you between lifetimes. And so this is what's called, then when you are born again as bodhisattva, or in this life, the realization of the self, the realization of who we really are as spiritual beings. And this is just, we're having just massive messages from our sun right now. Is so powerful of reminding us that we're all a part of one experience, and a level of love that wants to just like pour into our world right now is really profound. But we have to be the containers for that. We have to be the womb, which is the virgin is the womb that can hold the spark of the cosmic divine energy. And so we have to release everything that is in the way, make room in our vessel, in our holy grail, to be able to host this light. And so that's why we've been going through so much karmic clearing. And so this is basically an opportunity with this whole energy of the Virgin this year, and right now at this full moon, is this opportunity to be reborn into the truth of who we really are, which is us as immortal beings, and basically releasing all the stories of how we got to this place as defining us, and redefining ourselves as a facet of the divine, of the one personality that, and then opening up to that beautiful messages of love that are trying to come through. And so the messages from the gods, our God, that's Mercury. So Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, really prominent right now. And so we're just have come out of the Mercury shadow period from the Mercury retrograde, went back into Capricorn around authority issues. And so we are receiving a lot of messages right now. And of course, then moving into eclipse cycle, eclipses are about what needs to be revealed, what needs to be seen, what needs to be shown and understood. And so we are in a really powerful placement, especially with that new moon in Pisces, that is a solar eclipse coming up at the beginning of March. And so we can set some strong intention to allow these activations to happen, to clear our life. And now the clearing of our life of the past is part of the big energy. There is this Jupiter is in Virgo opposing Chiron in Pisces. And so this energy is really activating. So the sun and the moon are activating the Pisces Virgo axis today on this full moon, because they're directly opposite each other. And then in the other part, so that's early in the signs, and then later in the signs, we have Jupiter at 22 degrees on the 22nd, opposite Chiron in Pisces. And Chiron is a wounded healer. And so Chiron is the place in our chart where we have the most pain, but also holds the secret to the truth of our own individuality, of the way we want to help the world, our medicine. And so it's really powerful, because I feel like 2016 is a year where Chiron is getting reinvented and reimagined. And so because it's in Pisces, it's really representing the wounds of the past age, the treacheries that we all played a part of by being a part of this oneness, And so when we are pointing out the shadow in other people, that's not really going to get us to healing. We have to find this within ourselves. We have to release these energies and open up to our divine nature in our own being, in our own sphere. And if we see negativity outside of ourselves that we want to clean up, because Virgo wants to clean up, and Virgo is, you know, if you've ever, it's kind of like Virgo has this energy of like pointing out imperfections and wanting things to be just right, because they have that connection to Mercury. They have that connection to the information of how things should be in a way. And so, but it can be kind of a controlling energy, you know. And so this is the energy of Virgo that is interesting in our rebirth, is that we can find ourselves criticizing other people, you know, and finding the fault and finding the negativity in others and wanting to correct them, you know. But it's like, if we're really gonna accept this truth that we're all a part of this one experience, then we have to accept that everything we see outside of ourselves, especially if it's showing itself to us right now, is a mirror, you know. And it's just often really hard to make that shift. But if you kind of can be like, okay, whatever's out there that I want to fix is actually accessible within me. And I don't even have to fix anything. I just have to open to my divine nature. I just have to identify with that part of myself and unidentify. We're like peeling off these layers, taking off these mechanisms, all this reality that we bought into as truth in this world of conditioning, you know. And because of that, Uranus and Aries, we're redefining ourselves. And so we're like peeling off this mechanism that's kind of held us down, held us in power. And this is the virgin rebirth, as we make that room for our identification with the truth of who we really are. And so it's quite a process of this. What's happening right now is mirroring where to each other, you know, in our relationships, about what, you know, we want to release within ourselves. And Chiron is a mirror. Chiron is like, okay, you know, here's the grossest parts of you, and then let's look at why it's there. Let's look at the pain underneath. And so this is our opportunity to release all of that. Let the Pisces waters, the collective consciousness together, the whole planet today can decide that we're no longer defined by the stories of the past, where we were playing out egoistic and energetic things to control one another, manipulate one another, and think that our source comes from outside of ourselves, you know, because that source that you always have to refill, of the power games that we were manipulated into, that's exhaustible. You have to constantly refill it, you know. And so this shift, that the virgin rebirth that's available right now, is about being your own source, understanding that you are the vessel of the divine, and being reborn into that wholeness of the mother and the father. So there's the within the oneness, there's the Trinity, the mother and the father and the child, the birth of the creative principle. And so we're going to be working on that today in the activation, and also looking at this complete removal, the virgin birth being a complete removal of karma and forgiveness of the past, kind of being like letting go of the Piscean age and all of the traumas that happened in the name of God, as we redefine God, redefine ourselves as God, as part of this amazing cosmic experience, and allow, you know, let the waters come in and move all of these stories of the past that are no longer true, and fill the vessel with light, this light of the sun that's like so activated right now. And now until the equinox, it's just this massively powerful time to connect directly with this energy, the central sun, the center of our galaxy, and just feel the support that's available for us when we can get out of the way and we can leave the stories behind. And so we're in this recapitulation period of like the breakdown period, and now we're like separating out the dross, the heavier material, from the light, and so Virgo is helping us do that process and move forward into this new time. Immutable signs are about adjusting. We're in an adjustment period. We've had the kind of fallout, and now it's the adjustment period. And but that can be pretty dramatic too, in its own way. But remember the thing about that, now this is the energy of the fire monkey this year, is that the fire monkey is movement and transformation of the human. And so, but the monkey is willing to jump around and see different perspectives and look from branch to branch. And this is the energy that we have to keep in our life, is to be flexible and to be like, oh, whoa, okay, this is going on over here, I'm going to go over here. And at the same time, just, it's like using spontaneity as a way to connect with this cosmic source energy, that like, let this be in our life, let this have this union with the divine within our being, from balancing out. And the Chiron is so much those wounds, and those wounds come from our archetypal relationships with the male and the female. And so the Virgin is about the divine mother and the divine father coming back together and creating the divine child. And that is the creation energy. That's our access to this sun inside of us. And so on that note, let's go ahead and just begin tapping into this energy of this Virgo full moon, the sun in Pisces, Jupiter, the north node in Virgo, across from Chiron in Pisces. We've got like a little X through this balancing and harmonizing this axis. Unfortunately, Pisces, our collective consciousness, really got put through the ringer in this last era. And, you know, it's just this feeling in our collective consciousness. Pisces, as our collective, we're feeling everything right now. And the collective is kind of feeling like, you know, there's a lot coming up around stuff that you were a part of that you didn't really necessarily want to be a part of. And in past lifetimes, you know, the pain that we've all been responsible of causing inadvertently or by design in this weird experience of this massively imbalanced planet, in order to have a huge spurt of spiritual growth, so in order to have an actualization within one short lifetime. We created quite a dramatic experience. And so it's time to kind of get up and stand up. Virgo wants us to clean off the mud. Virgo is of the earth, but it's a virgin earth. It's the purified material. It's the being the pillar of light between heaven and earth. And so the goddess coming to the planet. And so as divine wisdom. And so let's just go ahead and feel into this energy of the earth rising up to meet us. We can come into communication with Mother Earth Gaia. Just taking a few deep breaths. There's a lot of energy around this moon. So just use the energy of this powerful harmonizing. It's almost like a tuning fork happening on this axis between these two signs, between the Virgin and the pain of the past, the collective consciousness being cleaned up and balanced and retuned in a most harmonious way. And so the best way to do that is to tap into Mother Earth's energy, because Mother Earth is experiencing this, guiding this, holding this vibrational field for us. So let's just tap into the vibrational field of Mother Earth Gaia. She's a toroidal field, energy of the geometry that's around every molecule, electromagnetic field of Mother Earth. Just feel it vibrating and pulsating, and feel your own electromagnetic field vibrating and pulsating and communicating with Mother Earth, just as if, because what we have is we have a heartbeat that creates an electromagnetic field around our body. And the Earth's electromagnetic field is very massive. So we're communicating the heartbeat of the Earth, the heartbeat of our physical body. Just imagine just moving up like hugging a tree. We're just going to embrace with Mother Earth Goddess, the electromagnetic fields, just coming home to this earth vibration, learning to be the vessel for the divine, just allowing your root chakra to be in communication with Mother Earth, deep into the center of the earth. Just allowing your consciousness to be in the area of your heart. Just using the heart as a portal. Allowing yourself to be pulled into the physical heart, into this electromagnetic field. So if you visualize this, it's like a donut shape, a vortex, a wormhole at the center. So we're just going to hop on one of the lines of this electromagnetic field of the earth and our own heart, because we're connected now in dimensional levels. And we're going to just jump on one of these electromagnetic lines that are heading towards the center. So everything's heading towards the center. So we go into the center of the wormhole. Deep at the center of all polarity is one spot of no polarity. So let's just go there. This will be our virgin rebirth for today. And why not every day? Allow yourself to communicate with the center. And just taking a few deep breaths, breathing in air, light, and prana. Imagining that you can just activate this whole field, all of these lines of energy around you that connect, that are fueled by your physical heartbeat. This shape, our electromagnetic field, can hold energy vibrations. So what we're doing right now is we're bringing our heart into resonant frequency with Mother Earth. Now what happens, they've shown at the Heart Math Institute, is that when you do this, the people around you also are brought into resonance automatically. Just imagine your whole neighborhood, your household coming into resonant frequency with Mother Earth, Gaia vibration, electromagnetic field, and you're breathing together, expanding and contracting, feeling the life force that is the container of all. And just communicating with the cosmic light, the source, your crown chakra opening up to this inspiration of the light of the sun is shining so brightly for us right now, in such clarity, such truth. If you can take the time in your life to let the sun shine on you, let the light come, slow down and receive. Huge clarity available right now of things you've been working on for years. But it might mean an adjustment into the way that you've been thinking. So just feeling any sensation that comes up around this core blockage, core wound. Some energy in your body that represents what you carry from the past. Ultimately, all of our core wounds go to the core wound, the original wound, which is an illusion. It's a concept of separation. So we're going through this right now. So as much as we can be having these experiences of meeting our soul team and having amazing higher dimensional frequencies coming in, we also could enter into an intense time of loneliness, because we're separating ourselves. We're separating ourselves from the constructs that aren't working anymore. And the relationships, the friends, the jobs, the people, the institutions. And so it can feel really lonely. But just go into that place of the core wound, and we're going to work on reprogramming that wound into understanding the perspective that Mercury, the Virgin, the rebirth wants us to have. That there is no separation. You are source in its origin, and you have access to all. So just feel the healing available. Just receive an energy wave healing for this core wound. Reprogramming, transforming, surgery, whatever needs to happen, as you just remove this cancer of the soul and replace it with the light, the truth of the one, the sun, the blessing of this most magnificent experience. For we must go through that feeling of separation, feeling absolutely and utterly alone, in order to realize that we are what we have been looking for, at the truth. We have access to full embodiment of the complete whole personality. We've been just playing a part, playing a role over and over again, different roles. But now we can shed all those stories and be in communication with the consciousness itself. Just go ahead and feel that transformation occurring. Just imagining the waters of Pisces, the waters of the primordial existence, of the womb, of the mother, of everything washing through, bringing out your rebirth from the illusion of separation. Releasing all programming, holding into place this illusion, all belief systems. And just gradually opening yourself, going deeper into your heart, imagining you're moving deeper and deeper into the darkness, but opening to the light. Deeper and deeper into the separation in order to find the illusion of it. Just go into the heart, into the core wound, into that sensation. This feeling of union with Source is something that you can celebrate with others, but you cannot feel in a relationship with another human. This is something divine. This is something when two people have this divine union, and then you feel it within the relationship, for a gift of all, for all of humanity. This is something so intimate and so beautiful and so precious. And just breathing into that transformation, releasing the energies, feeling them just whisked away. It's a beautiful vortex of beautiful gamma rays from the center of the universe, just lifting away the old stories. And bringing in the new energy. And just receive. Moving deeper and deeper into the heart, just allowing yourself to float there, on the waters of the Pisces, just connecting with the collective consciousness and the biggest picture of harmony. Just floating as if a little sea otter on your mother's back in this river of life. Complete trust. Complete surrender to the truth that you are. I'm just feeling this like a wave through the complete collective consciousness of the one, the whole Earth's electromagnetic field, the resonant frequency for anybody on this Earth who wants to receive, or the whole galaxy, this beautiful receptacle, the rebirth of the divine into the Holy Grail that is humanity transformed. Taking off an old cloak, old stories that have defined us in a way that is completely opposite of the truth. Just go ahead and gather up all the energies of insecurity, fear, and anxiety, and hesitancy that comes with these shifting times, and just gather this up like a cloak, a coat that's no longer fits. It's no longer needed. Just go ahead and unzip, unbutton, take that cloak off, that coat, and drop it. Allow this powerful transformative energy of Mother Earth to recycle. We are being recycled, humanity, into light beings. So just leave it all behind. Checking for any cords or strings that are still attached and who comes to mind or what. Go ahead and just take some scissors, cut those cords, make sure that you have left everything of the painful stories of the past from all lifetimes that you are ready to let go of right now, right here, right now. You are no longer your mother's, your father's, your great, 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 great grandparents' shame. Go ahead and let that go. Breathing deep air, light, and prana into your being, filling your light ship, filling your aura, your Merkaba, your energetic field. Air, light, and prana. Just breathing with Mother Earth and all of those paying attention, the collective consciousness that would like to receive this healing wave. And there's one voice for all with one message saying, remember. We're forgetting stories of the past and remembering the truth of who we really are, what we are. So just feel that activation throughout your whole being, just breathing it in, and every cell of your body just getting this message, reprogramming, releasing the hold of the stories of our ancestors, the stories of our past lives, coming into this now moment renewed as a virgin. And feel the waters wash over you, cleansing any remnants, any parts of you that still feel like you need to apologize for existing as a human on this planet. Releasing all of those root chakra cords of distortion, saying that there's some sort of sacrifice here for you to make in order to get the energy and things you need when you are source. And go ahead and just feel that deepening connection with Mother Earth, how safe and protected and held you are here, everything you need. Sending that vibration out throughout the whole electromagnetic field of the earth. So we have everything we need here. It's within us. All of consciousness. So just be in that place and be reborn into a new security. And just see this rippling out, the truth of awareness of the true self, just rippling out throughout time and existence. We have an amazing opportunity here on this planet to embody consciousness itself as consciousness, conscious of consciousness itself. It's self-conscious. So just be in that energy of the light of the sun shining from within your activated higher centers. Just taking a few deep breaths, feeling that beautiful golden activation through each cell, just cell by cell, moving through your being, reprogramming. You are the light of the sun. Just breathing in air, light, and prana as you begin to complete your journey. Just taking your time, remembering that this amazing piece of still point, the center of you, is available This heart center consciousness is available to stay here and live your life from the place of the heart, letting the heart consciousness, getting out of the way and letting the heart consciousness, the greater consciousness, move in your life. Give back responsibility to consciousness itself. Just taking a few deep breaths as you begin your journey back into your room, into your body, into your regular everyday awareness, but bringing with you this light activation, this truth beyond the illusion of separation that you are the source of everything that you need, therefore abundant. I just have to get out of the way of that flow. These stories, these things that we carry that define us are washing away as we're reborn to something entirely new, which can feel frightening. It feels like a death. And the ego will tell you that. Say, oh, you're going to die if you do this. But actually, it's actual living. This consciousness isn't late or early or needing to accomplish. It just is. It's existing. Things are happening. But we can let go with incredible control, try to have over these things. Being in this greater knowing outside the illusion of separation. There is a glue and energy, primordial source energy everywhere. It is consciousness and we are consciousness. But our attention has been on other things. Just use this powerful full moon energy right now to bring your consciousness to that which is everything and nothing. The glue, the goo, the space, and just allow yourself to float there. Recharged and renewed. This is where the problem solving happens without the mind, the heart. Just surrendering the worry and the stress. A virgin birth means release of all shame. So you can simply stop listening to that voice and put your attention on this other voice, this that isn't a voice, that is just the space. And the mind will return with the problem. But you can remember that the solution is in the space. Just receive an energy wave for your communication with this place of the one awareness. That it's okay to let yourself let go and live. And release the hold of the daily struggle. Just feel it being pulled away, peeled away from your being, just receiving this collective healing, the whole planet. From the top of the spine near the neck, just below. A mechanism of keeping communication between the higher and the lower chakras, of disconnection, of separation. The story of struggle and sacrifice that pretty much defined the Piscean era. And just go ahead and receive an energy wave, a healing wave, to allow this mechanism to be removed from your being, from your space. And immediately filled with the light of the sun, the central sun, the activations coming with the information that we need. So go ahead and take a few deep breaths, helping all of this to integrate. Feeling yourself completing your meditation, beginning your journey back home into your space, into your body, into the room that you're in. Just try to take a little bit of time to assimilate, stay in a meditation space or a quiet space, resting. There's a lot happened today, activation way more than planned for, not that I ever plan. And that's how these are set up. These are set up to, if you have an intention of joining, whether live or on the replay, and I try to do the live call as close to the full moon or new moon as possible. And so that energy is encoded, the activation, the information available to us, that astrological moment, into the replay. And so you can kind of tap into that live or on the replay. It's still live because your intention of joining allows for the information to come through, the messages that you need, the activations you're looking for, by putting your intention of being a part of this activation. So I look forward to next time. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.